What's up, everybody? We are driving me, or we, I'm heading towards Tallahassee tonight. Just going to talk about our new update that just came out, National Hurricane Center. Should be streaming. I'm just testing. Also, the streaming. That says Monday's Daily Brew PM. We're going to change that. Well, I guess it is a Daily Brew PM. All right, how about that? Well, anyway. So, hey, what's up? We are tracking Francine. I just want to give everybody an update. They just came out at 11 p.m. advisory. Totally different look than what it did earlier. It's been spinning in some dry air that's been over Mexico that's been feeding down into it. Uh, Definitely saw that a couple hours ago, and it slowly has kind of stopped the intensity that we saw. Uh, Probably temporary though. So just going through the stages of tropical development. Um, I put an image out a minute ago showing the stacking. I thought it was important to note these things like to get stacked, and I was a little surprised 850, 700, 500 per getting kind of stacked a lot better than what they were just 12 hours ago, actually. So the NHC is even talking about it. The pressure's still 992. They think it's going to be going through another round of intensification soon. So unfortunately, all the models showed it developing stronger tomorrow as it makes that turn towards the northeast. So we got a lot to watch tomorrow. The intensity is still expected to hit 100 miles an hour from the National Hurricane Center. There was no track change significant enough for them to note. I didn't zoom in very close, but they said basically no changes in the track. It looked like it slowed down a little bit, maybe landfall two-ish, three now, landfall maybe five-ish. Not a huge difference. They're showing 7 o'clock inland now a little bit on Wednesday. But remember, the effects of this thing be reaching that coast way before landfall. And the winds will start reaching maybe as early as tomorrow night, Tuesday night. So don't focus on that landfall as far as impacts go. So the big chatter is how strong 960 millibar range and landfall. That is Cat 2 at least. There is three things that could help it peak right before landfall and possibly even weaken a little bit by landfall. One is the shelf waters are a little bit below normal right now. That is because of all the rains we've been having up there at the upper Gulf for weeks. So the water's just a little cooler than it is where it's at now. Where it's at now, it's extremely warm. It's going over a loop currents of Loop Eddy, and tomorrow it looks like the day that it can intensify through the night tonight, actually, too. So the other thing is there's a lot of wind shear to the north of this thing, and when it approaches the coast, it's going to be pulling in some dry air that's going to be trying to wrap around it. Now, that could do two things. We could have a little bit more tornado chance because of this dry air pockets sometimes develop on these rotating systems. So Wednesday, they're already showing yellow up for a big part of the upper Gulf Coast, and that could probably going to extend through the night into Thursday, and it might even get into parts of the Florida Panhandle. So this thing, as tropical systems do, they're going to rotate. Storms are going to continue in off of that Gulf of Mexico once our system makes landfall. So we're still going to have squally storms coming up out of that Gulf of Mexico Wednesday night, overnight, and Thursday. And again, that could push over a little bit over to the Florida Panhandle and upwards. So watch for that sneaky storms, and that's all the big deal with hurricanes. You know, tornadoes, maybe a little bit more with these dry pockets, these isolated feeder bands could start setting up, uh, possibly, you know, produce a little more supercell type storms overnight Wednesday and Thursday. So that's another side effect of a storm. So again, no big changes, no big, you know, I posted the European ensembles of the GFS ensembles. The GFS like it shifted a little bit to the east now, little bits, you know, little shifts here. Confidence though is still middle part of Louisiana. Surge forecast still 5 to 10 feet of surge. It hasn't changed. Rainfall is going to be, you know, tricky. It's not going to stop. It's not going to stall, but still double-digit rains are very possible for a lot of folks, especially when you get those feeder bands rotating in. Um, and it's all about tomorrow. You know, if you look at that ensemble map that I put up for Weather Nerds, it's blue right now, and that's the starting point of when it initialized the ensembles. And the color, the green, the yellow, the orange, those are intensifying spaghetti models on the ensembles. And that's all expected to happen tomorrow into Wednesday. All right. So we're going to see these intensity fluctuations. You know, it looks a little rough right now. I will admit, dry air, but man, I'm just passing by a skunk right now. Oh my God. Woo, man. Whoa, man, I haven't smelled a skunk in years. That is a potent skunk. Oh my God. Man. Just outside of Tallahassee by about 20 miles here. Hopefully I can find a restaurant open. It's a college town. You would think there'd be something open, right? So that's a quick update. You know, been trying to keep everybody updated. No big changes. This thing did not make any major track changes. It's still going towards Louisiana. And the inland effects obviously are going to extend well past the coast as the pressure will take time to be reduced. So anytime you got deep pressures over land, you're going to have a lot more storms inland to the north. This thing, you know, makes its way upwards. So still tricky, still powerful storm, and tomorrow's a very interesting day here, and we're gonna have to see what it can do overnight. It looks like there's a little. And by the way, the radar is off to, right above my head. This is. I haven't tweaked the bottom graphics yet. Those are left over from Debbie on my live stream. I'm gonna have satellite, but the power map's correct, or firmament power map. I'm gonna work on that in the morning. But looks like we're still streaming. I can't believe it, but. Yeah, so that's real radar south of Brownsville. It looks very close. They did add tropical storm warnings here this afternoon and evening for parts of Texas. You're getting some squally weather now for South Texas. You can see the spiral. Um, there you go. So we're gonna try to do a live in the morning, our normal time, 9:19 Eastern. I'm gonna do it right here from the truck. I got a really good setup here now that I can open up a bunch of windows. So we'll be live in the morning. 8:19 Central, 9:19 Eastern, and I'm heading into the storm to chase and see what Francine has got. As now my nose is breathing skunk. All right, well, a little quick update, everybody. Thanks for riding along. This is a preview of what we're going to be doing tomorrow, and probably won't stream in the morning until we do our live. So. I'll start posting in the morning. We have a 5 o'clock update coming up Eastern, 4 o'clock Central Time. We'll have a new cone. Watch the infrared satellites. Looks like there was a little bit of convection starting to form again. You know, it doesn't. It looks like it's trying to develop structure to me. And with all these models showing intensity increasing, it's pretty hard to doubt that they could all be wrong. So I have a feeling that Francine is definitely on its way to be somewhat strong. All right. So have a great night. I don't know if we made the whole stream here, but we got Starlink. I got Starlink up on my roof. It appears to be working. So we'll see y'all tomorrow.